Hi, Crystal. We are at episode 7 of our Excellent Pea Adventures, and it's finally a warm day here in Wisconsin, isn't it?
I know. I actually have a t-shirt on. It's a miracle.
Well, as I was just telling you, I was going to do the broadcast from outside of my deck, but then the sun went in, so we're close. We're close to being out there, but not quite.
We're close. It's right
Yeah.
outside the window. We haven't seen the sun in a long time.
No, or anything above zero either, so this is good. Good progress.
It is awesome. So, Miss Joe Bailey, what have you been up to?
Well, I have just been like partially flipping my classroom, because both you and I will be going to Shape Seattle in just over a week's time, which is yay, very exciting. But I also have iPad training coming up at school, which means I'm not going to be with my classes. So I've just been into school to make some videos of me giving instructions so the students know exactly what they're going to be doing. And I'm actually going to share my screen to show you how I did this because it's super easy. I don't know how long YouTube Capture has been around, but I love it. And I'll just share my screen to show you what this looks like. All right, so I've got my phone here, and I've got my YouTube capture, and I open it up, and it tells me straight away that I need to hold it the right way around, otherwise it's not going to work. And then all I do, I click on the record button, and I say, hi everybody, we're recording a live episode of Crystal and Joe's Excellent Pea Adventures. And when I'm done with the clip, I press stop, and that clip is now saved. And let's say I want to take another clip of something else. So I'm going to turn this selfie screen around. Come on. So I have a little pan around here, and I'm done with that one. Now, oh, there we go, that's the one I want to think. So now I'm going to have a little, oh look, nice day outside. Weather looks good. Sun shining.
Yay.
Yay. So now I have 3 clips, and in the top right hand corner, if I click on the tap button, I can now edit them. And the cool thing is I can pick up a clip and I can drag it to the beginning, so I can put them in whatever order I want. And let's say from this clip I don't like something, I can edit it. And when I'm done with it, let's say I'm going to go this middle one here, and I want to scrub that down a bit. Now I'm done. I've made that smaller. And when I'm finished, I can upload it from here straight to the YouTube, and boom, it's done.
Wow.
So it is so slick, and it's perfect. So even if I'm going to stop sharing my screen now. So even if you do a video and you screw it up, if you take several clips and you find the one that you want and then put them all together, and you can even add music as well if you want to. There's some ones that you can YouTube Capture has already that you can pick from, or you can pick from your own stuff as well. Although of course it does warn you that make sure you have your copyright issues sorted out. So I mean, not only is it great for teachers to flip their classrooms, but for students to demonstrate their understanding of something. Perfect. And it's free.
Wow.
And
Wow.
we love free apps.
Wow. That's an aha
Yeah.
moment right there. Wow.
Even if you did.
We just finished Lynn Heffley and I just finished our virtual road trip.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's so exciting. And she sent me a video yesterday. So I thought, oh, I can use this because I'm making a video of us this week. So that'd be good for me to practice with.
Yes, exactly. Very cool.
That'll be awesome.
So now we get this one. Did her class walk to you, or did you walk to there, or was it?
It was both. I started out walking to her, and then she left Lynn Burroughs in Colorado, and then went to Joe McCarthy in Minnesota, and then on her way to Illinois, she stopped at us. But they were on spring break for a week, and all that snow and all that stuff. So yeah, so next week my kids can't wait. They keep asking me, when do we get to see the video? So next week it is.
Oh, that's fantastic.
It was a great project. It was really fun, really fun.
And haven't you just started the 100-mile club with Jackie Clark as well? Is that right?
Yes, I have. It's awesome. So what Jackie and I are doing So it's almost perfect. It's a little short, but it's from Jackie Clark teaches in Waupun, and I teach in Hortonville, and it's almost about 50 miles one way. So we're doing the 100-mile club, Fuel Up to Play 60 joint project, and we bought pedometers from Walk for Life, and they have the Fuel Up to Play 60 on there, and then the kids get them in the morning from the fifth. I'm doing fifth grade, and she's doing fourth grade. Fifth grade teacher, and then. But what is really exciting, Joel, that I can share with you is that over half the kids begged me, so I went, well, why not? They are taking them home with them.
Oh, sweet.
Like, Miss Garth, we can get more steps at home. Can we take them home? And I'm like, sure. And then I have two sisters, one in fifth and one in seventh grade. And one seventh graders, she came. She's like, Miss Garth, why did you give my sister that pedometer? She got up at 5:30 this morning and started exercising.
Hey, I've been there. There's nothing wrong with that.
That's what I said. I said, well, that's what I want her to do. She goes, well, I just got out of bed and started exercising with her. She said, well, can I take a pedometer home with me too? So, yeah, it's...
Oh, how cool is that?
I know. It's awesome. And the big news from our awesome Green Bay Packers, we are, to culminate our 100-mile club, we are having a Green Bay Packer training camp with the Packers. They're coming to the school.
Oh my gosh.
Is traveling by bus to come to our school, and then we're going to have a Green Bay Packer training camp.
Wow. That's amazing.
It's going to be awesome. Awesome.
Do you know when that's going to be yet?
It's May 4th, but we don't know the time.
Okay.
Well, yeah.
Oh, wow. That is... Wow.
I know.
They're going to remember that forever.
I know. All these joint projects have been so fun. You know, this is my second one now, and people out there, if you can, you know, hook up with somebody and do a joint project, it's really fun.
I think the really cool thing is, and I've heard this from other people who've done them, is that often you see in your own little bubble what's going on, and sometimes you forget what's going on outside, and just to know that, wow, there's a school here that does this, and there's one over there that does that, and this one over here is doing a third thing is just neat. And just, again, I remember Lynn Heffley saying how, I can't remember who they were talking to, but the school they were talking to was like, you have snow, and you just little small differences that you and I and other people in that area might take for granted, but for somebody else, their curriculum, they might go surfing because they're by the ocean, or maybe they've got tons of mountains and they go hiking, or somebody has none of these things, and they have no gym. I mean,
the kids too, for cultural and learning about different parts of the country, and with Lynn in New York on Long Island and what they do there versus, like you said, what we do in Wisconsin. So it is great.
Yeah, I mean, I had never done snowshoeing, cross-country skiing, broom ball, pickleball. There's tons of other ones, and I hadn't even heard of them. I hadn't got it. I was like, what's broom ball? What's pickleball? I hadn't got a clue because geographically it didn't feature where I'd been before. So, and now they're very much things I love to do and love to teach. So
I know it opens up their world. And I've told them about you, the kids, and I'm like, yeah, she grew up part-time in Hong Kong. Oh, is that Hong Kong? How did she get to Wisconsin? And I'm like, it is so cool. So yeah.
That is
lots of cool things you've been doing with solo taxonomy and lots of other things.
Yeah, solo's going great. We just started swimming, and so on my first day I said, okay, who knows what BLABT, B-L-A-B-T, means in swimming? Knowing pretty much even my swim team swimmers probably wouldn't know, and so they're all on the bottom rung right now. They're on the I know nothing about this, and we're going to do another self-assessment later on this week to see how far we've moved up. But we've already talked about the fact that there's breathing, there's leg action, arm action, body position and timing, and how they affect us when we're swimming. So even if, I actually have, I don't have any non-swimmers this semester, which is unusual. Normally I have at least a few. So one thing that I did do right at the beginning, I always do it. We always do a little pre-assessment, figure out where you're at, so you know where to, deliver your training and deliver your teaching. So normally I say, okay, right, let's see who can swim here. Can you do this? And I just thought, hang on a second, that's, maybe that's a bit, could be a bit of pressure for those kids, particularly if they're not very good at swimming. So I turned it into a game. I said, right, listen carefully to my instructions. This is how, listen carefully what I say. You need to go across the pool and back using only your feet. Now, I didn't say kick. I didn't say swim. I didn't say run. And straight away, I had a complete range of variations. I'm like, oh, okay. Then I did, right, now I can only use your arms. And again, some swam, some were walking, but that way I could see, right, the kids that were going to swim, I know they can swim. The kids that were using their arms and maybe a little bit more cautious, maybe those are the ones thinking, yes, they might not be quite so experienced. And I did on the back, you can go using your back, so they could have walked backwards for all my concern was. And the one that was really good though is how the basic swimming skills, you learn how to blow bubbles underwater, head face down, blah, 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 etc. And some kids struggle with that. Well, instead of saying that, I said, right, you're going to play rock paper scissors underwater, best of 3. And I said, here you've got a level of challenges here. If you know that you're not overly sure about this, just hold your hand under the water and do it there. Or start underwater and then come up above the water to show whatever symbol you have. And then I said, for the other end, if you're like, we got this, then you're going to play rock, paper, scissors, try and play sitting on the bottom of the pool. And I have never had kids get under the water that quickly before. Never. Girls are often, they don't want to get their hair wet, and I get that, it's a pain. I have to wear a hat, and those that are smart do. But I'm like, why did I think of this ages ago? So I was able to assess them without them realizing it. And they were having fun at the same time. So it worked. I'm like, yay. That was a good little win. And yeah.
I was going to try it. I have a student teacher starting 4th quarter.
Oh, exciting.
Yes, and it's one of my former students.
Oh, that's
awesome. I know. So I've been, on Voxer, listening to the solo taxonomy on Voxer, and I thought I would try it with jump rope. But now you just gave me some great ideas, not saying, forward jump rope or backward jump rope or like that. You could phrase it differently and see what you get from the kids with jump rope. That would be really cool.
Because you never know how creative they're going to be. And it's like I guess it's like a little stealth assessment. I'm not saying I'm looking at you. I'm just, all right, here's what we're going to do to start off with. Here's our warm-up. But I am obviously, I am assessing what level of swimming abilities I have so I can figure out, right, where do I need to target my teaching. So it was fun. I love teaching swimming. It's always fun. And that's my big thing with that. And I've also been using the Swim Go, which Mary Wetland helped me with last semester, where they have the bingo board and they have all their choices of what activities they want to do for their warm-ups. And they encompass all different aspects of aquatics, from just the basic strokes to skills that you might use in water polo, skills that you might use for life-saving, for those sorts of things. So again, it's all about, the idea is that you've got the basics of swimming. Now look at what this enables you to do. You can kayak, you can canoe, you can windsurf, you can, you've got that basic core, and it now opens these doors up to everything else.
Wow. Yeah, that just gave me lots of great. Yes. I'm meeting with my student teacher Thursday, so yay. I'm going to, yeah. That is a great idea.
Yay.
Lots of cool things you can do with that. And then we both did the Phys Ed Summit.
We did. That was so cool. I really enjoyed that. I enjoyed watching it. I enjoyed being a part of it. It was, again, in this day and age when you can literally be in your pajamas and have 8 hours of professional development without going anywhere for free, and like everything, you listen to what other people are doing, and it just sparks new ideas in yourself, or you can take what they're doing and and make it work in your environment. But it was neat. When I was busy watching the other sessions, I was scribbling down notes as to things that I wanted to do. And there was one, I think it was Jodie Larson's adapted PE one. And I always think about adapted PE as a bit of a gold mine, because no matter what you do well, basically everything you do in adapted PE, you could do in regular PE, and probably should do, because you're meeting then everyone's needs.
That's right.
And what is it she said? She had different color codes for different activities on a card. I can't remember the exact thing that she said, but I was like, oh, that's a great idea. I mean, there were just several absolute gems in what she said. So if anyone's not watched Jodie Larson's adapted PE session, you got some real wonderful, wonderful ideas in there. Definitely.
Yeah, the pedagogy team. Wow.
Oh,
they're just amazing what they, and such. I mean, this is their second visit summit, and now they're going to do, I was reading a little bit on the National PE Institute, your own professional development.
Yes.
Yeah, it's, wow. It's very cool. It was really fun, like you said, fun to do, and then I didn't get to watch all the things yet, but the ones I've seen were really, yeah, awesome. Awesome.
I know, I'm kind of bummed I've watched them all now. I should learn to spread them out, so I was like, oh, what's this one? What's this one? But yeah, then again, the nice thing is they're there forever. So even if anybody wants to go back and have a look, and oh, what was that thing that someone said in the elementary round school session or the standard-based grading session? Well, guess what? Go back and have a look. That's the beauty of it. So yes, it was very, very good. Actually, Jodie's thing made me think of something else I did. I was teaching badminton a while back, and with my adapted kids, I always had, I don't know how many different types of rackets out there for them to use. A lot of them, in the longer racket, they're constantly missing, and they're like, oh, where's it gone? And it's on the ground. And I had a student who I had in adapted PE. Now she's within the regular classroom, which is perfect for her. They were doing badminton, and because I taught her and adapted, straight away I got her out this alternate racket. Said, hey, which one do you want to try? You choose which one works for you. And I looked around and I realized that I should be doing that for every single student. Same thing. A lot of them were struggling, and ultimately, yes, I want you to understand badminton and have a range of repertoire of shots. But more than anything, I want you to feel confident in picking up a racket of whatever description that you have and coming up with some sort of backyard version of it so that you can play and have enjoyment out of it. So from now on, I'm going to make sure I bring out different options for every different activity, and that way people can choose. This is the traditional. If that's not working for you, then try this. If that's not working for you, then use this ball, use this racket, use this, no matter what it is. And then hopefully, we'll get more people enjoying it. And so it must be so frustrating if you're hitting and you're missing the entire time. There's no quality in that at all.
Yeah, you don't have to follow all the rules, like all precise, but just get the movement. That's what I thought. Well, off from one of your ideas, I took, you said, including movement and how can kids move and give them choices. So I took, it exploded. I didn't even think of the idea, but the perceived exertion chart. And the perceived exertion chart, like blown up, I found it on Pinterest. And it was one that you could download, rights. And so then I had the kids look at it and tell me where they thought pickleball was. And they said, of course, it's like 2, And so then they had to design what they were going to do to take it from a 2 to a 4 at least, or a 5 if they wanted to. And it was amazing, like you said. It's just amazing what they came up with. All the different things. Kids were doing, like, after every point, they were doing push-ups. Kids were doing running backwards to the back line. They were running in circles and touching rackets as they ran. They were running to the net and back. And so my challenge also was to put the challenge up, because they love this, to see who can get in the class.
Who can get what?
How many? The most steps using the
Oh,
pedometer. So they love that. I mean, some of the classes do, some of them don't. There's one class that they love that. And then we have a whiteboard in the gym. And so I had a student, because I had them all show me at the beginning that they were at 0. The most steps ever. I think it was 5,400 steps. And 35, I mean, nonstop. He and his partner were like, run, run. And they were just like running on every shot. And it was so awesome. And then we talked about, where did they think they were on that perceived exertion chart? Did they take it up? It was, like you said, give them choices. It was awesome.
yeah, and the fact that it's their idea and it's not you or me or anyone else saying this is what you're going to do next. It makes takes a completely different spin on it, doesn't it? That's awesome.
For the pedometers, especially that, I set class goal. I've tried different things, but this was just so great for them to have a choice. How many steps did they want to get? Well, we had a minimum, of course, but yeah, it was awesome.
Okay, definitely stealing that one. I love it. That is awesome.
Well,
What a
that was
great,
built off of something that you had said to me, so that was not. And then for my health class, well, I'm wearing my T-shirt. We had
it's like a pirate.
yes,
Ah.
Dave Burgess came to our school. Oh my gosh! If you have the chance to have him come to your school, he is amazing. He is amazing, amazing, amazing. And, just all of his hooks and how he presents himself. He's just full of energy and talking about movement, and he was amazing. And so, I mean, I have, tried a couple, but I thought, okay, I'm going for it now. So I came up with this idea that I would be Dr. Health. Okay.
To heck.
So I got the choir teacher. She's amazing. She has just all of these props. And so I went to her and I said, do you have a lab coat? She goes, oh yeah. So I had a white lab coat and I had a stethoscope and I had a mad scientist's gray wig. And I had a name tag, just a paste on name tag that said Dr. Health. And I remembered when my son was in 3rd grade, his favorite teacher, Mr. Goldsmith, one day he told Mike that he was going to have a sub, and the sub was going to be there on Friday, and they came to school, and well, of course it was Mr. Goldsmith, but he said it was his brother, his twin brother, and he was dressed up like the Barnum Bailey master of ceremonies, whole outfit. So the kids at the door, I said, good morning, I am Dr. Health, and I'm subbing words this morning. What's your name? And they're like looking at me like, what is wrong with you? It was awesome. And we did this whole thing with Dr. Health. And then was that last week? Yeah, that was last week. And so we did this whole project with Dr. Health about added sugar and added fat in things. And we did this whole laboratory because Dave Burgess from Teach Like a Pirate said, like set up your class. So my class was set up like a laboratory, glass speakers, and, I was Dr. Health, and it like wildfire. So the kids are coming down the hall, they're going, hey, here we got a sub for Miss Gorwitz. I'm like, here I am. And then on Friday, one of the kids said, when's Dr. Health coming back? We liked her. I went, oh, I know. You just never know when Dr. Health will go back.
Oh, that is awesome.
So if you haven't dressed up for your classes before, oh my gosh, it was really fun. And to greet them at the door as the character, they were just like, what? Yes, I'm Dr. Health. Well, you look like Mrs. Gorwitz. No, Dr. Health.
That's great.
That was awesome. Awesome.
Anytime, I think me and my colleague Alicia, she came with this great idea for, I think it was a Halloween or something. Anyway, we were the Fun Run Fairies, and it happened to be a Wednesday. And Wednesday is one of the days we do a 12-minute run. So between the two of us, we had our little fairy ones, and we had tutus and wings, and we were just running around spreading fairy dust to make people just. It just made you run faster. So when we did that in the beginning. Then we were running with the kids, and I would run up behind them and like sprinkle, and it worked. They're like running. I'm not sure if they were trying to just get away from me, but they were laughing. We were both being really stupid, and just messing around and just having fun with it. And you know what? It worked. It's like, I'm going to sprinkle some running happiness your way. And yeah, you're right. We need to do that more often.
Yeah. So and then one of my colleagues, because then it spread. So then I had, I'm walking down the hall in my Dr. Health costume. So then these people would have to come out and see what I was doing. And so one of them said, because I'm going to teach sex ed in May, they're like, well, you should be Dr. Ruth. I don't know if I could do that, but Dr. Ruth could do sex ed too. So.
Oh, funny. Oh, that's fantastic. His book is amazing. I know we've said this several times, but if you haven't read Teach Like a Pirate, go read Teach Like a Pirate and follow Dave Burgess on Twitter because he's.
Yeah, it's like you teach like you are on fire. And he told this cool story that the Trail of Tears, because he's a social studies teacher, and what he does, and his school, he has all the kids that have either failed social studies or don't want to be in school or hate school or flunked out. That's the kids he has. It's not like easy kids that he has.
Yeah.
And so he took these high school kids out on this Trail of Tears, and he had little stage coaches and little things like set up on the trail that they were going to take. And they loved it. And so then there was this old trailer at the high school, and they were going to get rid of it. He's like, no, that's going to be my time machine. Put this sign up on this old trailer. And he gets all the high school kids there, and he's like, okay, so we are going to go inside the time machine, and we're going to travel back in time to the time of the Trail of Tears. And so we got these I don't know if they were teachers or if they were students. They went on the outside of the trailer, and then they like moved it or banged on it, and moved it like they were going back in time. All the lights were out and just like little filters. And so when they came out, he had little plastic dinosaurs set up outside, like they went back to the dinosaur.
Oh my goodness.
I went, that is awesome. So with physical education, I mean, we could do so much with all of that. It would be, great.
I want a time machine. How cool would that be?
I know.
Really?
I was thinking Mike Doyle. I'm like, Mike Doyle would be really good at this.
Yeah.
So what else have you been up to?
What else? Oh, let me think now. So tomorrow, while I was at school today and I was busy making my instructions, tomorrow I am stealing Vicky Goodyear's vlog idea. She started this video log series, which if you haven't seen it, it's just awesome. And I think she's doing it bi-weekly, and each one's a different theme. I think it was either her second or third one, and I'll put it in the show notes, was on running. How you can, make running more enjoyable, And what she did, she did a running, I think it was a running selfie challenge. So she gave these university students, she gave them places they had to go as a group and take a selfie in this park that they were in doing this activity. And they had to obviously plan, they're trying to do it as quickly as they could, so they wanted to be the first team back. So there was some strategy involved in planning where they were going to go first and second and so on. But she also said, if you manage to photobomb someone else's selfie, that's bonus points. And there was other different elements. I was like, that's cool. That's very cool. So I said to her, I'm going to do it on snowshoes, and that's what one of my classes is going to do tomorrow. So they're going to do the snowshoe selfie challenge, and I'm going to give them a list of different places that they have to go and take a selfie. And I'm going to add the photo bombing element in there as well. I'm going to add a couple of different creativity categories as well. So they will vote at the end on the most creative selfie. So it's not just a case of, here we are. You know, they have to come up with something maybe a little bit more dynamic. And this is a little bit of you, because I know that you hide chickens in outside for your snowshoe unit. I've got some little squeaky penguins. So my squeaky penguins are going to be hidden around, and if they happen to find a squeaky penguin, there's going to be bonus points for having pictures with the squeaky penguins as well. So that's Monday. I'm very much looking forward to seeing how that goes. So
that is awesome idea.
I'm doing it with my adventure kids, and it's like, again, it's the whole. There's so many different ways that you can challenge yourself and have fun and enjoy the outdoors, and adventure racing has become, you know, that more. It's becoming bigger and bigger. You know, you have your Tough Mudders, your Spartan races, your warrior races, your adventure amazing race style things, and it could well be something that they do as an individual or in a group in the future. So I figured, you know what, let's take this and we'll use our winter activities, but do it from an adventure standpoint. So that's what we're doing.
That is an awesome idea. I'll have to do that next year when we do snowshoe. Well, yeah, we didn't even get to do it this year, because here in Appleton and Hortonville area, we don't even have any snow. Well, we got that little bit of snow, and then it's been 15 below zero or whatever every day. So,
well. Mother Nature's not been helping us out a whole lot with the temperatures, actually, but there we are. I guess can't have it all.
That is a great idea. That is a great idea.
Yeah.
I don't think what else. Oh, yeah. And we're almost coming up, because I've been talking about my grocery store visit. I went to the grocery store on Friday, but there's a little mix-up with meeting. But I talked to the other people at the store, and my kids are in health, 8th grade health, are going to plan a day's menu, and then in digital literacy for computers, they're going to use Excel, and we're going to use apps like, I don't know about Fujicate yet, but we found some other ones too, that they're going to make a day's menu, and then we're going to go healthy grocery shopping. And with selfies, they're going to take a selfie with at least one food product that has to be on their menu. So
nice.
That's going to start in April. So that's going to be really, I think it's going to be really fun. And like I said, I'm going to have my student teacher, so, you know, really involve him in, you know, how he can not sit in rows and sit and get. So, yes, which we are not about that. So.
No, I don't want to sit. I want to move. I want to have my hands on and do things. And I think most of us are the same. More interactive, the better. So.
Right. And then I started Class Dojo with my health class.
Oh, how's that going?
It is awesome, because of course they're 8th graders, so you know they're 8th graders. It's February, March, and so they kept coming to my class without a book, without something to write with, and it was just, and we were getting we needed something, and so I thought, well, I'm going to just try Class Dojo. It's awesome because, like, you can have the Class Dojo. It's like a positive classroom management. Mm-hmm. So I have it on my computer minimized, and then I got this idea from our math teacher, because he was going to try Class Dojo too. And so I turn up the speaker on my classroom computer, and then when you decide on your positives and your negatives, and you start off saying this is for positive, and then every time you give a kid, you don't even tell them you're giving it, it makes a sound. That's what you hear, doing, or you hear whatever the sound is, and the kids are like, who just got a point? So that, it really makes them more engaged in what they're doing and really participate. And I had a student that this is March, has never, been part of the classroom discussion. And he was raising his hand last week, part of Class Dojo. It was awesome. Because when they get 10 points, I have exercise balls in my class. And when they get 10 positive points, they get to sit on the exercise ball. Oh. So First one. Yep. And then 20 points, they get to change because they have little avatars on there. They get to change their avatar. But it has been awesome. Awesome.
Oh, so simple. Yeah, I'd be all about. Well, I want to know who's got dings and so on. What a great positive incentive to have them, respect each other and work together and share.
I know, because we have, as part of our My Learning Plan student, our SLOs and My Learning Plan and all that stuff this year, we had to do a student survey. And so the class that I started this in, it was great because I found out that the kids said, there's a lot of kids that said that they were not comfortable sharing in class. And I went, wow, I didn't know that. And so through this, so that's why I thought Class Dojo would be great, because then everybody gets is on the same even playing field. And so I have to survey them again and see how it is now. So, yay.
Nice. Well, perfect way to be responsive and meet them where they're at, because you're right. I don't know how intimidating it can be. I think I know the right answer, but I'm too scared that if I get it wrong, then everyone's gonna laugh at me, or it's risky. The only way we can try and get them to respond without that feeling of putting themselves on the spot is neat. Cool.
I know. It is really a cool tool. I mean, I suppose you could do it in physical education. It's just we have a really cool projector, but we have no sound through the projector. So that's the thing that they really love, is that when they hear that that cool sound, that they got a point. So, I could work on that though. So.
Well, I spent most of this semester trying to have everything in small groups and trying to make it more student-led than teacher. I'm being the facilitator and you're working together. So hopefully within that smaller context, they are less threatened by sharing their information. And I've come up with a little, well, this is not just for that, but I've come up with a system that's working kind of nicely right now. I made 10, I think I've done 10 different QR codes, and I just laminated them. So now I can reuse these whenever I want. So what I did, and I'll share my screen again so you can see how I set this up. Let's see, where's my screen share button? Here we go. Okay, so what I did, I created I think 12 different documents, and I'm going to see. Okay. So I made 12 different documents, and I called them all QR code task. And I used a little Chrome extension so that I could create the QR codes, and I put them all in one space. And within each one, I have tasks for them. So I'm going to open up one of the tasks here. So they scanned QR code 1. They had a task to skip around the gym and high five 10 different people. Now, the nice thing about this, though, is I can change it whenever I want to. And in fact, if I go to the revision history, you can go back and see. Okay, here we are. This is one of the ones that I did for CPR. It was to locate 3 AEDs in the school and take a picture of the group. So it was, again, another selfie thing. But they, again, lapped it up. I didn't tell them where the AEDs were. They had to have proof of what they had done. And within the other documents, there were different tasks. So now, here's another one they had to practice. This was rolling an unconscious person. So they're doing a school review in small groups. I can see where they are, and I can change these tasks on the back end. Now, my plan is to put these out. This was done, obviously, inside. But my plan tomorrow is to post these in the woods. And all I'm going to do, I'm going to stick them out there. For one class, they're going to have a set of information that will come up when they scan it. But later on in the day, when I've got a different class, that information is going to change based on what I want them to do. So the setup part with creating the documents and creating this took a bit of time. So now, from wherever I am on the back end, I can make changes. So I will be changing these when I am not out there. I don't have to go out again and change them. And I can just alter whatever I want for my lesson. So that's been working well for reviews and differentiation. And choice as well. And we're not a one-to-one school. Seeing as most of my students are high schoolers, they do have mobile devices. So I always check and make sure they have, at least one between the group they're working with. Or if we're inside, I get them iPads so they can use that as a scanning tool instead. But again, it's just allowed me to facilitate and see everyone doing how they're working together to review concepts or work through a task or a challenge without me needing to have the whole class in one place. It's one of those things. Why didn't I do this before? It makes life so easy.
I know. That is such an awesome. I love that. I didn't know that feature that you can go back in the history and then, wow.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Awesome.
So I will get to a point where I'll have numerous revisions, and so next time I go to CPR, okay, I'm just going to look for the revision. Oh, yeah, there's the one I want. Or next time I'm outside doing, survival. Oh, there's the survival one. Click restore that revision. So I will have a bank for each one by the time I'm done, and just keep adding to it. So as long as I know roughly when I made the revisions, I can go back and do that. So yeah, it's neat. It's really neat. And the same if you're sharing a document with somebody and they change something on you, and you're like, oh no, I didn't mean to do that. No big deal. Go see your revision history, and off you go.
Wow, wow, wow.
Neat.
Wow. Blown away by that. You always blow me away, Joe, but wow, that was really cool.
So do you.
Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome.
I got one other idea. This came to me today. Now, and I think using that YouTube capture app could be the way. We're obviously both going to be in Seattle, and I've talked before about wanting to do like capture different people, what they've learned. So why don't we do an episode of Excellent Adventures? It won't be live, but we can record what people have learned, their biggest takeaways from stuff, and then just put it all together and boom, send it out as an episode. What do you think?
I think it's awesome.
I think we're going to get to meet loads of people, which is very exciting, of course.
That is true.
So,
it could be like caught on camera, or whatever that's called. Candid camera. Like, here I am.
We're live from Shape, Seattle.
Seattle. And here is Cheryl Richardson.
Yeah.
Let's talk to her. Oh, I love it.
So we'll have to
have fun.
Pin down a few willing people to share what they're learning and share what they're excited about and what they're doing. And I also thought going around the exhibits hall might be cool as well to have a look at some of the neat stuff. I don't know if you're allowed to video in there or not. We'll have to check. But if we can. There's like some new toys and things. There's nothing like seeing what's new and out there that you can think about bringing back to your programs.
Yeah, that's like last year when I went to the National ISTE conference. That's just so overwhelming being there. And their exhibition hall and what goes, because they all talk to you. That would have been great to have. They tell you about, like infused learning or Kahoot or whatever it is. And then, that's such a great idea. I love it. Woo!
Yes.
1 week to go, and we will be there.
Very excited about that.
What is your session on?
My session? Yeah. 21st Century PE. So all the little tricks and tools and tips for how to take an instant activity and link in all the grade level outcomes to how to use some Google tools to make your life a whole lot easier and everything else in between.
I can't wait. What day is it on?
Saturday. I'm in the last session of the entire convention. In fact, I'm kind of jealous because at the same time, Chad Triolet is presenting, and Scott Williams is presenting, and there's at least another one. I was like, wow, there's a lot of really amazing people including me to see at that time. So, got on the last day there, and I know when's your presentation?
Yes, I am presenting with Victoria Otto. Ours is, I'm scared. It's on Thursday, and we're in a ballroom at 4 o'clock. And ours is teaching, I always forget the title. Teaching using like teaching through technology, teaching physical literacy through technology, something like that. And what we're going to do is show people a way to use different techniques to teach physical literacy. So Victoria's going to teach them different different yoga poses of flow. And as she's teaching that, she's going to be the body brain, and I'm going to be the electronic brain. And we have developed a Kahoot. And there's going to be a Kahoot question. They're going to teach the pose. And then the people that are the body brain people, because there's always people that want to participate, and there's people that don't, which is fine. So the people that are the body brain people are going to touch like the muscle that is being, like the flexibility muscle or the main muscle that is being activated. And then the people that are the electronic brain with me are going to answer the question on the Kahoot about the muscles. So everybody is going to be interacting with everybody else. Woo! We'll see.
That's very cool.
Before, so we can't wait. It's going to be fun.
Woo!
Yay.
Exciting. So,
I think Patty's presenting with Jessica Shawley.
Yes, she is. She's doing nutrition, aren't they?
Wow. There's so many people. Yes. That it's going to be awesome. All the knowledge we're going to get.
I just want to be a sponge.
I know.
Soak everything up.
We're just going to explode. Yeah, Joy's going to be there. Joy 5.
Yes.
Doing Twitter. And, yeah, tons of people. Tons of people. It's going to be super fun.
Yay. Alrighty. Well, I think so. Our next big one will be, hopefully, bringing back something from Shape America.
That's going to be fun.
Who knows how it's going to look, but that's cool. It'll be different. It'll be interesting.
Great. Well, I can't wait to see you, Joe, in Seattle in a week.
Exactly. Until then, we will join you all for more excellent adventures in the not too distant future.
There'll be a Starbucks involved too, right?
Yeah, but I actually have a Pike Place Starbucks mug. I've never been there. It was a gift, so I'm hoping to visit the first Starbucks store.
I know. You and I will be there together. Woo!
Exactly. All right. Well, until next time, me and my little visitor will sign off. Bye.
Great.